Good evening. Welcome to episode 51 of a weekly gaming news show. I'm Todd, and it's as always joined with my venerable partner Trenell.
Oh my goodness! What was that word? Welcome to the show, everybody. Episode 51 is June 4th. It's Sundays, which means that we got some news stories to share with you guys. But before we jump into all that, that intro, damn near flawless, my boy. I have to give you props. Did you write it down?
Always. And I wrote it so I can read my handwriting this time.
Okay. Yeah, so we want to welcome everybody. We are streaming on multiple fronts today. We're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube on our own YouTube channel. We're on Twitch, and we're on Mixer for the first time since they changed over to Beam. I think we may have streamed live on Beam like maybe once. I think I may have tried it.
Yeah. Oh wait, the show?
Yeah. Did I?
Maybe.
No, maybe. I'm not sure.
I know we played some For Honor.
Yeah, we played some For Honor a couple times on there.
Yeah.
But so we are streaming on all four fronts. So if you're new to the podcast, we want to welcome you, and then we hope that you will stay with us for a while, because we're gonna talk about some cool shit. So let's get into that said shit. We're gonna start off with the weekly icebreaker, and if you're new to the podcast, which I can completely understand, it's a segment of the show where we just give ourselves a question and we just elaborate on it for a little while to get a sense of where we are on certain gaming topics. And with E3 right around the corner, our topic this week is going to be our wish list from Microsoft. Yes. Last week
we did Sony, right?
Yeah. So last week we did Sony. So this week it's all about Microsoft. We're going to talk about what we want to see from Microsoft, and I think we could both agree that if there's anything that we want to see is games.
Games. That's right. 5 letters. GAMES.
Yes.
Games. That's it, Microsoft. Bring us the games.
Yeah. If they can bring us some games, I will be completely satisfied. I mean, anybody who's been watching the podcast for a long time will know that I am a certified Xbot. I am an Xbox fanboy. And I've been a little sad lately. My Xbox has been sitting over there collecting dust because besides games that I bought and just never played, like Mafia 3, I don't really have anything like current to play on there. I've been playing my PlayStation 4, and I've been playing my on my PC a lot more recently than my Xbox, which is depressing.
There's a dearth again. Microsoft gets all of the multiplats, right? Mm-hmm. But they even get shorter on the multiplats because now with Call of Duty, the DLC all goes to Sony first. Destiny gets exclusive content, and there's many other games out there that Sony gets that Microsoft doesn't. I mean, notable games like Nier, Nier Automata. Mm-hmm. It's not anything that Sony signed an exclusive deal with. It's just Nier says, hey, I mean, you don't have the support for our typical fan base, so we're not going to make our game for you at this point.
Yeah, and at this point, I don't know what the relationship between Microsoft and the developer behind Nier, because it's the same one that was behind Scalebound, Platinum Studios.
Platinum, yeah.
So I'm not sure what their relationship is like, but if the way that game kind of just like fell apart is any indication of their current relationship, I don't think that they would bother to sell on that console anyway.
Right.
I mean, they're all about action games, so the PlayStation is where it's at. I mean, they've proven it. I don't think that Nier undersold in any regard. I'm pretty sure that game sold really well.
No, yeah. I mean, it did pretty good, especially considering, because I mean, it still is a bit of a niche. It's not the most popular genre of game.
Right, of course. But so games, Microsoft. I mean, what franchises? I mean, okay, so there's a couple of games that they talked about that they haven't canceled yet. One of those being Crackdown. We haven't seen anything about Crackdown in quite some time. I think that was actually in the announcement for the Xbox One E3, wasn't it?
Last year.
Was it last year? No, I think that's been Crackdown.
What's it? Crackdown 3 now would be? Was it 4?
3 or 4? I can't remember.
Yeah, Crackdown 4, I think it is. Was it?
I'm pretty sure that's been to at least 2 E3s at the very least. This might be its third E3. I'm not sure. It could be more.
I know the last Crackdown didn't do as well as they wanted it to do. I know that much. I don't care about Crackdown, to be quite honest. I just want to see games. Yeah. I don't want to see exclusive content. I don't want to see download here first. I don't want to see that. I want to see games. Yeah. I want to see games that they missed. Maybe there was timed exclusive, but I just want to see new games. I mean, they have what's the pirate game that's going to be coming out? We haven't heard much.
Sea of Thieves or something like that. Yes,
yeah, that, and then the Steamboat Willie game. I can't think of any of those.
Oh man, Cuphead. God damn, I've been waiting for that game for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't heard much of those as far as dates. I mean, those are some specifics I'd like to see, but I want to see something new. I mean, when they announced the Microsoft Xbox One Elite, that's what I'm calling it. Project Scorpio has been
Dunzo.
Yeah, we don't call it that. It's the Xbox One Elite. When they announce that, they have to announce some heavy hitting games and not a multiplayer. Not the Destiny is going to be 4K and Call of Duty is going to be 4K. I don't care about that. I want to hear, we got this great new IP that's going to be 4K and available within the next 6 months. Mm-hmm. To a year.
They better hit up freaking Ubisoft. Those are like the new IP kings out here, dude. Yeah. They're like the innovators in the game right now. So
yeah, they're the only one that seems to be taking chances.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you 100%. I definitely want to see updates for some of the games that they haven't, talked about in a while. But I mean, that's only going to hold my attention for so long. It's like, okay, I remember that. Now we have a date or whatever. Okay, specifics, but it's not like giving me the excitement in the same rush and thrill, like, oh my god, I can't wait for this now. I need something new. They're gonna have to surprise us with something.
Exactly. I agree.
Yep. So we will see. We'll elaborate a little bit more on Microsoft's E3 down in our long form. So stick around for that because we're gonna do a deep dive in what we predict Microsoft will come to the table with. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to our next segment, which is the top 5 news stories of the week. And first up, we have my favorite. My favorite topic. We do this every single week where I sit here and I give you guys the games for the free games for PlayStation Plus, and I complain about how they don't have any backwards compatibility. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let's see. Games, the free games for PlayStation Plus. Right. Now, and here's the weird thing: when you go to the actual website, the only 2 games that they advertise are the ones that are on PS4.
The PlayStation 4 games. They do it every month.
They do it every single month, and I don't know. It's like it.
Everybody knows that Sony's really moved on from both, definitely the PS3 and
well, yeah, we'll talk about that,
and more of the PS Vita too, because even a couple of months ago, they took support from PS Now, right? PlayStation Now, the streaming service.
Yeah, they kind of like stripped it. They stripped it down. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, those systems are pretty much sunset, because they have a decent, what they feel is a decent base. They're going to keep giving them free games, but that's not their primary focus.
Right. All right, so let's talk about the games. First up, we have The Killing Floor 2, which is actually not a bad game. It's a co-op, like kind of like a horde mode type game. It's like just endless hordes of like monsters, different monsters and zombies, and then like at the end of like a certain amount of waves, you have like a boss monster. It's actually really fun, pretty exciting. I played it when it was on early access on Steam a little while ago, maybe over a year ago. So I'm very familiar with the game, but I'm pretty sure they have updated since the last time I played it. So there's probably a lot of new content there. So that's probably worth a download if I do say so myself.
When you had me at co-op. I mean, I remember when they were developing this game, or when it was announced. It's about 2-3 years ago. It seemed to get a lot of hype. People were expecting it to do much better than it actually did. I was a bit interested in it, but I never really got around to trying it out. But I mean, for free, it looks interesting. It's worth a try. And again, it's co-op. I like co-op games, so
yeah, no, it's super fun. It's worth a download. And, even if you only play it a couple of times, I mean, for free, I think it's worth it just for that. What else was I about to say? Oh yeah, so this is a sequel. The first Killing Floor actually had a pretty large following. and that game had been, in constant, ongoing development for a long time. And I feel like the same thing has been done with Killing Floor 2 over on the PC side. So I'm not sure like how, like if they're like close together or as far as the updates. But no, that's gonna be fun. We could definitely play that. I'm down for some of that. Next game on the list is Life is Strange for the PS4. Now, if you haven't heard of Life is Strange, I don't want to spoil it for you because it's more of a story-driven experience.
Right.
You play as a girl who gains the ability to warp time, and she kind of just like goes through a day, like changing the things that she did that day, kind of like just going back and making changes to the day that she had.
Right.
It's really good. I haven't played it, but I have watched somebody play through the entire game. It's one of those situations where if you see, you can have just as much fun watching that game as playing it, because it's
heavy on the narrative.
Yeah,
very
heavy
on the narrative.
Heavy on the narrative. Like, and there's no like platforming or shooting or anything.
Right.
It's basically telling you a story, and you have like a bunch of different like endings and whatnot. So I don't want to go into super detail about it because for free, if all the episodes are available, then this is definitely worth a download if you've never played it.
And think of it along the lines of a Telltale game.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Or like one of that Heavy Rain game or something like that.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. The next games on the list are the PS3 games, and I haven't heard of any of these. The first on here is Abyss Odyssey.
Action adventure platformer.
Okay. And the next one is RWC5 World Rally Championship. So kind of like a dirt rally racer type game.
Rally race, rally racing. Yeah, pretty much. And then for the Vita, you have Neon Chrome and Spy Chameleon. Both of them are available to play on PS4 via their cross-buy program. I mean, that most of the Vita games, they're like mobile games, iPhone, Android games. They're not groundbreaking anything. It's just, so if you want to play a mobile game on your PlayStation 4, you can with Neon Chrome and Spy Chameleon.
Yeah, Neon Chrome looks like a twin stick shooter. That's what that reminds me of.
Yep, top down shooter. Yep, exactly. And then Spy Chameleon, that one I'm not exactly sure. I didn't actually look into that one as much. I
can look up a trailer.
Go ahead. Arcade puzzle game, but I don't know. I like the other ones. I looked at the trailers that were out there available. There wasn't much. At least I didn't find much for Spy Chameleon.
Well, Spy Chameleon looks like it's like a top-down like puzzle like adventure game, like with stealth and stuff involved. It doesn't look like anything special.
No.
Like you're right. It does seem like your run-of-the-mill mobile game.
Right.
You might get about 15 to 30 minutes of fun out of it in like short bursts, and then you're good.
Right.
That's what it seems like it's for.
They never seem to scale to at least to a TV screen. I mean, they're best played on mobile screens.
Right. Well, so if you do not have a Vita and you would like to play the Vita games, the thing that you have to do is go online, and you can go to the Sony store and download it like that. It has to be the Vita version of the store, though.
Right. No, one thing I've noticed, I don't know if this is a recent update, but now on the if you use that PlayStation app, in the store on the PlayStation app, you can find them as well.
Okay. That may have been an update, which if it is, then that's great.
Right. I mean, that way you don't have to jump through too many hoops. I mean, you're not going to be able to buy it directly off the PlayStation 4, as far as I know. I mean, maybe I need to go and check to see if they made that update as well. But I know now you can definitely get them out of the PlayStation Store on the app. If you have the Android or iOS app,
okay,
you can get it out of there.
Okay, so that's cool. I mean, they're trying to make it easier for you to get these Vita games, because to get the Vita games on your PS4.
Right.
So they're making it easier, because not everybody has a Vita. They know that. Stop playing out here. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next story. What we got, Boogie?
Marvel versus Capcom news. Marvel versus Capcom Infinite. Let me be very clear on that.
Okay.
Marvel versus Capcom Infinite. So, the same Neo Gaffer that leaked the game back this past winter, I think his name is Rice. He leaked the full roster, is except for one character on I think the Capcom side, right? Yeah.
Right.
But the full roster, you got Arthur, which is from Ghosts and Goblins, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got Chris, Chun-Li, Dante, Firebrand, Jeddah, the Monster Hunter, Morgan, Nemesis, Ryu, Spencer, and Strider Haru. And then on the Marvel side, you have Ant-Man, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Gamora, Hawkeye, Hawk, Iron Man, Nova, Rocket. Is Rocket Groot? So it seems like
Rocket and Groot, like a tandem character, yeah.
Spider-Man, Thanos, Thor, and Ultron. And if you notice, all of the Marvel characters are from the Marvel cinematic universe. There's not a single non-cinematic universe character on there.
Yeah, a lot of these characters were actually in freaking Marvel 3. Like, that's the one thing that I'm noticing here is that all of these characters, you know, except for maybe a small handful, were in Marvel 3. It's like these guys aren't really trying to go out of the realm of familiarity when it comes to characters. They're reusing a lot of characters. Right. I mean, the only one that I'm even remotely excited to see is probably Thanos, because he had a 2D iteration that they're bringing over into 3D.
Oh wow!
He was in I think it was the Marvel superheroes with the Infinity Stones or whatever. Right. And then he was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And so now they're going to bring him in over to 3D. So that's probably what I'm most excited about. Everybody else is from Marvel 3.
Right. I mean, it makes sense, more of the same. People get familiar with characters. They want those characters back. It seems like really, really safe roster.
Yeah, safe as hell.
They didn't really reach for anything. I know they did mention, because the X-Men, there's no X-Men, there's no Storm, there's no Wolverine, no Colossus. I mean, that's part of the reason is because Marvel is trying to kind of shut them out because of the issue they have with Fox and the rights. But they did mention that they were working to get some of those characters over. So we'll see how that goes with future DLC.
It's most likely going to be DLC, and quite honestly, they're going to need a lot more DLC other than just X-Men, because I would like other legacy characters to come back, like from the Capcom side, somebody like a Captain Commando or something like that. And from
this seems to be a lot of big name characters missing on both sides.
Yeah.
And
geez, you're gonna call this Infinite, but we have essentially Marvel 3 minus X-Men.
Well, when I was going through the list, and as I was going through the list and just wondering myself, why are these characters missing? I go back to the Street Fighter 5 model, where they're giving you characters every so often. They give you one or two characters every season, every couple of months, and it's going to be the same thing. And it's all leading to that video game as a service, right?
Right.
So they got all these games. They want them to have long tail. Instead of having a game and then making a new game every 2 years, they want this one game to last maybe 4 or 5 years and piecemeal additional, gain additional revenue by sending people a character here or there, a level here or there, maybe even a new game mode here and there, and just charging money for it.
Well, I don't know, because if Capcom has learned anything from their Street Fighter 5 model, is that shit does not sell, because Street Fighter 5 has still yet to meet expectations.
Right, and
it's undersold like hell.
Yeah, it's partly because of that model, and again, fighting games are these days are very niche.
Yeah.
Right? There are those people that's going to get Street Fighter 5 or get Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and they will be all in all day. And then there's people that want to get it, and they just want to be casual. And the problem with Street Fighter 5 is if you didn't keep up, you kind of couldn't play the game much more.
No, right? not online.
Right, so it's that issue. They have to get that proper balance.
Yeah, I'm really curious as to how they're gonna present this game, whether they're release the additional characters in packs, or if they'll do a single character here or a single character there, similar to how they're doing Street Fighter 5. Because I don't know, man. I don't know. Marvel is such a freaking beast when it comes to like character rosters. I mean, number one, you want to have the characters there that that makes sense. You want to have the people that are popular, but then like when it comes to just playing the game, is like when you add a new character, you're rebalancing primarily the entire game, right? Because like you have to compensate for what this one character can do with the rest of the roster and against the rest of the roster and different team ups. It has to be a fucking headache, like just going through all of that. So
yeah, and very, very labor intensive too, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
so I'm curious as to how they're gonna do it. I'll definitely be getting Marvel Infinite when it comes out, but this is I think it's safe to say that this roster, if it is the entire like release roster, which most likely it is, it's very underwhelming. I am not super hyped for any of these guys. I mean, Mega Man X, of course, because he hasn't been in any games since like ever, so it's good that he's in there. But man, this is Marvel 3 with Gamora, like pretty much. I mean, Gamora is the only one that seems like they actually reached for something. Like even though she's a Guardian of the Galaxy character.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm gonna pick up the game and not really want to play with anybody. That's a terrible thing to think about.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just odd that that's what they're doing with the characters. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to see, right?
We'll have to wait and see. Let's go ahead and move on to the next story. Oh, and we are talking about Boogie's favorite company, Nintendo. Let's go ahead. All right, so we're going to talk about Nintendo for a little bit because I have somewhat of a bone to pick with these guys.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. Okay, so just recently via their official Twitter, the Nintendo of America's Twitter account, they released that the Nintendo Switch Online service will be postponed until until 2018.
They didn't even give us a specific.
No,
they just said 2018.
Yeah, 2018 is when the Switch Online service will go live. Right. If you're using the online service right now, it's pretty much like a trial. Like it's free for now, but in 2018, it will cost money. It's going to cost you $20 per year.
Yep, and that's not a bad price if you think about it. $20 per year. I mean, we pay what, $60 for. It's a third of the price of Xbox or PlayStation.
This is true, but here's my problem, right? You buy the Switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only real online games that you're playing right now is Mario Kart, right? Mario Kart is like probably the biggest online game.
Street Fighter 2, right?
Yeah, right. Anyway, like Street. I don't think many people bought the Hori fight stick to play that, but yeah. So my problem is being somebody that that bought the Wii, the Wii U, and had that for all of its ups and downs and whatnot. I had the Wii U, and it's dead. That's a dead console. You want me to buy a new console, repurchase a fucking game for $60? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe costs $60, right? And then come 2018, you want me to pay online? You want me to pay for? I don't think these guys deserve my money, man. Like that's the problem that I'm having right now. I do not feel that Nintendo deserves my money anymore.
Nintendo doesn't deserve anybody's money because their history has been to treat their fans like crap. I mean, to be quite honest, it's like, we're Nintendo, we give you what you want. We give you what we want when we want to give it to you. I mean, there's no better example than the Virtual Console and the Virtual Console store. I mean, they're selling old games for premium prices, and it's just a mess.
Yeah, this is a mess, dude. And I honestly and here's the thing, right? I want to get the Switch to play Splatoon 2 or whatnot when that releases. So in 2018, you want me to pay you guys money to like retread like old? I don't know, man. It's bugging me. It's bothering me. I don't want to give Nintendo all my money because I feel like I got burned on the Wii U.
Right. I stayed away from the Wii U. I felt I got burned on the Wii. and I didn't bother with the Wii U because I felt cheated. I mean, the Wii. I mean, people. There was plenty of stuff for the Wii people liked. I couldn't deal with it. And
what the hell am I gonna do with all this plastic, all these damn accessories, man? Nintendo love giving you just like random plastic for accessories and shit.
Right. But I don't know. So the online service, I think is definitely necessary. It's horrible that it's coming out essentially a year after the system has come out. I mean,
it's out right now. Like you can play online.
Right, you can play online, but it's very limited, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I can't attest.
I guess we can't say, right? But okay, so they're coming out with their online service. They are giving you classic NES games with that's been modified for multiplayer, online multiplayer. And I just didn't, to be quite honest, the online I don't really care about, because I look at the Switch and I'm thinking, who's gonna play online anyway? I mean, the Switch has for all the sales and all the hype that Nintendo's been getting with the Switch, or how much of a darling it is, it's bullshit. Because first, the Switch came out with one serious game, Legend of Zelda, right? Breath of the Wild. Critically acclaimed, a retail darling. Everybody that played it loved it. Fine. What else is there? A rehashed Mario Kart, right? Yep. You got Splatoon coming out. You got ARMS. I think that came out this past week, right?
No, they're still doing the like official like test run or whatever.
Yeah, I know it comes out in June, so it's coming out soon. They got ARMS and you got Splatoon 2. You got Street Fighter 2, the Street Fighter 2 game, but what has come out for the game, right? There's no games. And granted, it's the first year of the Switch, and obviously new game systems, the first year is kind of a hit and miss, right?
Yeah.
Typically it takes about a year for a lot of games to come out for it. But with that said, the Nintendo Switch is terribly underpowered compared to everything else, not including Xbox One Elite or PlayStation PS4 Pro, just the normal Xbox One and PlayStation. Significantly underpowered to the point where 2- and 3-year-old games are saying the Switch is not powerful enough for it. I mean, you got game people saying, yeah, we're not making a Switch game because it's not powerful enough. The FIFA that's coming out, they got their own version of FIFA that's not really a full version of the FIFA video game. So
and here's another issue that I have: the $20 per year, right? You're gonna be paying for online service. How are you expected to use that online service on the go? Is there like some kind of like mobile tower that you can connect to, or do you just have to be in your house on your Wi-Fi? How does it work?
The thing with that is that, as far as I know, there's no mobile antenna in the Switch. But I mean, if you use your phone, you can use your phone as a hotspot. That would be my only, or you just jump on free Wi-Fi wherever you're at. If there's free Wi-Fi at the airport or something,
and that's bullshit to me, because it's basically I'm paying for an online service for a portable console that I have to be sitting in my fucking house on Wi-Fi in order to use online.
Right.
Like that's stupid. Like I can understand why the 3DS and all that, the online was free, because essentially I'm paying for it. I have to pay for internet. Like I can't just like randomly connect to wherever. You know, there's no mobile, like, you know. It doesn't connect to any mobile towers. So, like, what is the $20 doing?
The Nintendo Switch is a problem. And right now, people are sipping the Nintendo Switch Kool-Aid and they don't see the problem. And it'll come to fruition. As far as what you're talking, what are you paying for this online service? Essentially, you're just going to be paying for
online multiplayer. That's it.
No, yeah, but the value. What value are you getting out of it? The value is. Because online multiplayer is not the value. It's never the value. No. Online multiplayer. The value would be the old Nintendo game, the NES classic games that you have access to. That's the value they're going to be giving you. I don't know.
Ain't worth it, man.
I don't know who wants to play those old games. I certainly don't.
I own them already. I own them on the Wii. I own them on the DS. I own them on the 3DS. It's like, I'm good, dude. I can only play freaking, you know, Metroid Zero Mission so many times. Like, exactly. I'm good. That's a good game. I played it a few times. Like, that's not an incentive for me to want to pay you guys for online service. Like, it's really, really bugging me. And it's like I can't even use it on the go. It's a portable console that I have to be at home connected to Wi-Fi in order to play on live. Like, do you remember that shit console, the N-Gage? That it was a phone and you can connect to mobile towers with it. You know, because it was a mobile like it was a mobile console, but it was also a phone. And when you paid for that premium service, you know, you could connect on. You had connectivity. You can connect online on the N-Gage.
Right. So the problem Nintendo has, they didn't put cell network antennas in there. They should have put LTE antennas in it, and it should have been able to be added to your mobile account, Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, AT&T, or whatever. And the online service, in my opinion, again, is as a portable system, like you should be able to take anywhere you want, play anywhere, just connect online anywhere you go. That service should be included. So on your bill, you get the Nintendo online service and say it's $20, fine, right?
Yeah.
But the way they're piecemealing it together is nonsense. Like I said, for you to actually walk around, if you wanted to go to the park and play a Nintendo Switch, like in the commercial, right? You go.
Yeah. How the hell do you even do that?
You go to the park and meet your friends at the park, right? Say you guys were playing Splatoon, right? But you guys are on your 4 team and you playing 4 people online. You all will have to connect to a hotspot.
And either that or it must have some, like, you know, they may be able to communicate with each other. I know that the DSs could do that.
No, they can communicate with each other. But if you, so say me, you, O, and Mount Lover decided to go to the mall, and we brought our Switches. We're like, oh, let's play some Splatoon. This will never happen, but just bear with me. Let's play some Splatoon, right? And we want to team up, and we're gonna play 4 other people online. We have to have our Switches may connect, but we have to have people. We have to have an hotspot to connect so we can play the people online. Now, locally we can play each other, but online we would need some type of external network connection.
Right.
So that's problematic. And let's continue to dog on Nintendo, because the next thing I want to talk about, because I mentioned Splatoon and I mentioned teaming up. In Splatoon, you play Splatoon, right? I didn't play it.
Splatoon 1 is awesome. I love it.
Right. So did you need communication? Was that a key part of Splatoon when you're playing with your?
It was a key part if you wanted to be good, and you had to use external like sources. Like there was no in-game chat on Splatoon at all.
Right. On the Wii U, right?
On the Wii U, no.
Okay, so Nintendo has decided that they're going to have in-game chat on the Switch, right? But the way they went about it is the most ridiculous thing I've seen in the history of gaming.
Oh my god!
It's awful. So if you want to do voice chat on your Nintendo Switch, you have to get an app for your cell phone.
I'm looking at these pictures. Holy shit!
Yeah, and I'm gonna let's show everybody what.
Yeah, I'm about to bring it up.
So what you have to do?
What the hell?
Is connect your headset to your phone and to the Switch, because the voice chat is running through an app off of your phone. Which, wait, what?
Wait, what? I need to bring up the picture. Hold on.
It just makes no sense. So you literally have to have.
There it is.
You get a dongle. It's basically a splitter. You plug your headset into the splitter. One end goes to the Switch. One end goes to your phone. And don't have an iPhone or iPhone 7, because then you need a second dongle so you can plug your headphones into your iPhone.
Because you don't have a traditional aux port.
Right. There's no headphone jack, and there's a couple of Android phones that have that. Like one that comes to mind is like the HTC, one of the newest HTCs, or the LG or whatever. One of those.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, man. I have this just like plastered on the screen right now. This is so stupid.
So if you're out and about, say you're riding the train and you're playing online, like nobody is going to do this, but if you're out and about, you're playing online, you've got no less than 3 cords hanging from you while you're trying to play this system. Or if you're sitting at home and you're trying to play this, if you have this in a dock, you need a super long cord, because remember, the Nintendo Switch doesn't support wireless headsets. So there's no wireless headsets. So you have to have like a 6-foot cord to go from your Switch to wherever you're sitting just to do online chat. Who thought of this?
I'm gonna put my Discord link in the chat or in the in the comment section. Come and play Splatoon 2 with me in Discord because that's how we did it in the first game.
Right.
Like, I mean, but this is outrageous. Like, you telling me the Switch doesn't have like an internal mic? Like the DS, it had like a mic thing.
I don't
like. There was a few games with the DS where you can actually like sit there and chat with people.
This is what I'm going to say, and this is my theory. The Switch is not powerful enough to run a chat program and play your games for you.
That's bad, man.
I don't know if it's not powerful enough or it's not able to run more than one program at a time. I don't know which one it is. Maybe it can't run multiple threads, so you can't run two programs. You can't have a game running and then chat running in the background. Maybe that's the problem, or maybe it's just not powerful enough. It's one of those two things because there's a reason why they did it this way, and don't be a 12-year-old that whose parents gave them a Switch but no cell phone. Mm-hmm. You're not chatting with anybody. Maybe 12-year-olds don't need to chat, but still.
Yeah, true.
I mean, if you don't have a cell phone or you don't have a smartphone, there are a handful of people out there that don't use smartphones.
Right.
You don't have a smartphone or...
Just picture using that on the go, dog. You got a cord going into your freaking phone that's probably in your pocket, burning up your thighs while you have another cord
killing your battery
while you have another cord going from this little dongle thing to the headset, and then that cord goes to the freaking Switch. Come on, dude.
It's not, and you're gonna need your cell phone battery because you're walking around with a headset looking down at a Switch. You're gonna walk in front of a car.
Yeah. Oh my god. So all of that, like going outside and playing at the basketball court. If you want to hear the actual game, because you know everybody that's actually like playing ball is gonna be like mad loud. If you want to hear the game, make sure you bring your extension cables and your extra dongles. Yeah, it's like this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
It makes no sense. And like I said, the Switch is the darling now. It's always selling hot cakes. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Blah 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 blah. Once games start really coming out, and once the people with Switches realize they're not getting those games, all they're going to be doing is getting Marios and Zeldas and Metroids and stuff, and that might be enough. But when they realize they're being left out in the cold, it's not going to do as well as it's not going to be able to maintain.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, man. This is problematic. This is very problematic. I mean, everybody just like at home playing Zelda and having a grand old time. Right. But you know, ARMS hasn't even fully released yet, and now you got online games that you're going to want to take on the go.
That's another online game. At least that's 1-on-1, so you won't necessarily need to really chat.
Well, yeah, no, it's 1-on-1. They have a tag mode. There's 2-on-2.
Right, that's the tag mode. Yeah.
And then they have like the volleyball mode too.
But
I don't know, man.
Like I said,
it's problematic, dude.
I don't expect to see Battlefields. I don't expect to see Call of Duties. I don't expect to see Destinies. I don't expect to see Overwatches. I don't expect to see what's the Lawbreakers. I don't expect to see any of those games coming out for the Switch. So as long as that stuff is not coming out where you really need a headset and teamwork is not going to be a problem. People that play Splatoon 2, once they all figure out the hoops they have to jump through to actually get online and actually communicate with your team, it's not going to be pretty. And the thing is, Nintendo has been angling Splatoon 2 towards esports as it being an esports title. And if this is the way you have to communicate with an esports title, good luck.
You're tripping, man.
Good luck, man. This is horrible.
I agree.
Nintendo, you sit and spin, man. Sit and spin.
Yeah. Oh my god. If only Mario Odyssey wasn't a thing, I wouldn't even buy it. But I have to have that Mario.
Yeah,
that shit looks so good.
I tell you about Mario in the City.
That shit looks cool, man. I'm buying
it. That's like a bad Mario movie. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I remember that one.
They did give a release date for Mario Odyssey. Nonetheless, it's out November.
Oh, November. What? I don't remember that.
Yeah, they did give a release date for Mario Odyssey. It's November, I want to say the 8th, but I'm 100% wrong. The 8th is wrong.
Yeah, I'm looking online. I don't actually see a release date, but it's all good.
Yeah, they just
Who
announced it
knows?
this.
Oh, okay, cool.
Um,
Well, that's my birthday present right there.
I think
Scorpio
they
boys.
they may have just said November.
Yeah. Okay.
They may have said just November, and because they announced it in tandem with the note that they're going to be increasing Switch production.
Yeah, they need to do something else. they need to re-switch. I don't know. I don't know. I'm. We talked about it enough. That anything else will have to be on like a long form or something. Let's continue on with the next story. What we got?
Steam Direct. So remember the green light program that they had with Steam, right?
Right.
Basically, you had to be voted on the island to get your game published.
Yeah.
Well, they sunsetting that and they replacing it with something called Steam Direct. And with Steam Direct, you can still publish directly to Steam, but you have to pay a fee. Right. When they first announced it this past winter, they announced that the fee would be somewhere between $100 and $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite. Oh boy, that's quite of a range there.
Right, it's like anywhere between $100 and $5,000. Like really, like
yeah.
So it looks like they went with the $100 route.
Yeah, they went the $100 route. So all you indie developers, you're not gonna have to take out massive loans or sell your soul or anything like that. $100 gets you into the Steam Direct program. Your game still does have to be approved, so it's going to be reviewed and approved by Steam, by Valve, I should say. And once you get into Steam, once you get on the store, if you sell over $1,000 worth of games, you can recoup that $100 back. You can get that $100 back essentially.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of cool. I mean, I like that they are sticking with a fee. I'm glad it's not $5,000, but I think $100 fee is enough to keep the junk out of the store. I mean, it won't turn into the Android store where there's 1 million Flappy Birds and 100 million Mario clones, and it's not going to be the Clones or Us store. It's going to should be actually decent games. And again, the $100 fee will help Steam weed out some of this stuff. And then again, they are going to be reviewing the game. So
yeah, I think this is a better system just to keep out the garbage.
Right.
Yeah, and I can't be mad at that at all.
Yeah, and the vulture gaming thing, I always thought that was a bad idea because, I mean, somebody that can build up a lot of influence on Twitter or any of the social media networks can get their crappy game in there.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
So this way, I think it's going to help maintaining, maybe even increase quality, especially of the indie games in the Steam store. On Steam.
Yeah, nothing bad about that. I mean, there was some good games that come out of the Greenlight program, but there was a lot of crap.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of crap where you just wonder, like, how the hell did this get approved? So, with people actually have to put up their own money in order to get their games on Steam, even in order to get reviewed, that's a good thing in my eyes.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm cool with that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next story. What we got?
League of Legends. We got some League of Legends news. Yeah, League of Legends, right? We don't talk much about League of Legends. I don't know. It's big. I know that much. I mean, it is pretty much one of the next to Counter-Strike, one of the original esports, right?
Right.
And what League of Legends is doing, they have a North American League, the North American Championship Series, and they are now going to go to a franchise model. Before, I mean, the teams, teams will essentially change year by year. I mean, some teams will drop out, some teams will be added. Okay. But what they're doing now, they're going to a franchise model, and franchise fee is $10 million per team.
Woo.
And that's big money, right?
That's steep, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it's half of what Overwatch is charging, and Overwatch isn't even established. League of Legends is established. But yeah, $10 million for League of Legends team. It's Riot Games is serious about it, and their stance is that they want to shore up the teams. They want to have more stable teams. That way, they can get stabilize their sponsorship income. So they get a better, more stable partnership with their sponsors, because the sponsors know where the teams are and who the teams are, and that they're going to be there every year. And also to piggyback off that, they're not calling a union, but they are creating a players association, where the players will have a voice as how they'll be treated, and apparently salaries will be starting at around $75,000 per year.
God damn.
Players. So I mean that's not a drop in the bucket. $75,000 a year to play League of Legends full time.
I'm about to jump on League. That's
not bad. I mean,
that's not a bad career choice at all, my boy. Good Lord.
Yep, they'll be representing the pro players. Is legal and organized, and that way the players don't feel like they're getting cheated or being treated unfair.
Yeah, there won't be any like crazy incentive to cheat.
Right,
because you're getting a paycheck regardless.
Right, and exactly. And that brings them some stability, right? So yeah. I mean, now they're not locked in having to win the tournament to get paid, but they're going to get paid regardless of how they do. Obviously, there'll probably be bonuses and such for winning and placing, but
of course,
there's still going to be those incentives. But the fact that you can sit and play and try do the best you can do and not get paid, that's going to be a thing of the past.
Right.
So that's cool.
That is cool. And I'm also going to jump on League because it seems like a very lucrative career choice.
I can't mess with those MOBAs.
Yeah, me neither. Those shits are boring to me. Super boring.
Can't mess with it. Yeah.
I couldn't even if I tried. All right, so that was our top 5 news stories. You can submit stories to us via our social media. We are on Facebook and on Twitter. You can also leave suggestions in the comment section on YouTube or wherever you are consuming this media. Leave us comments, leave us stories that you think that we would think we should talk about, and then if they don't make it into the top 5, then they'll most likely make it into our next segment, which is our quick hits. Now these aren't gonna really deserve a super deep dive like we do with the top 5 stories, but there are news stories that came out this week that we do want to address and talk with you guys about. So let's go ahead and move on with that, with our first quick hit. And we talking about my boy. Oh, yep. Man.
Right up your alley.
Right up my alley. Oh, man. Okay, so Sonic Mania has gotten a official release date. It's going to be coming out on August 15th. And along with that announcement came a super cool trailer for the pre-orders, because it's also available for pre-orders. Now I have the trailer playing on my screen right now, and there's a couple of things that if you're a real Sonic fan that you would notice, like right off the back with the bunny ears. That was one of the initial concepts for Sonic. It's just really cool. It's a dope trailer. I really like it. I really like the art style, and I think the artist actually works on the comic books as well. I can't remember exactly. But also inside the trailer, they did show off a new level. So the newest level is going to be Stardust Speedway, which is a level from Sonic CD. And you know how we feel about Sonic CD. It's probably one of the best 2D Sonic games to ever grace a Genesis console, especially the Sega CD. That was a shit console. But yeah. I'm really happy about Stardust Speedway. It's probably one of the most memorable levels in Sonic CD. And also in the trailer, if you watch it to the end, where the 3 characters go into an elevator, you see the buttons where it says 1, 2, 3, K, and then M. K standing for Sonic and Knuckles, and M standing for Sonic Mania. There's no 4 there. There is absolutely no 4 on the elevator. So Sonic 4 confirmed, not canon.
Didn't exist.
Doesn't exist. I'm sorry, Splash Hill Zone. You are out of the picture. We do not recognize you anymore. So yeah, I'm really happy about it. I kind of wish they would have done a traditional like level release like they've been doing before. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it was nice to see something new in the pre-order trailer, so that's cool. So and in addition to that, there's also something that I want to announce, if that's okay, Boogie.
Oh, go for it, man.
Okay, so over on my YouTube channel, the YTOS, I have been playing the Sonic franchise from beginning to end, primarily the main games, and what I've called the countdown to Sonic Mania. So now with only about, I think it's like a little over 70 days left until the game release, I am doing a giveaway to all of our followers. You know, so if you're following me on Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube, you can enter in, and I'll bring up the picture right now. You can enter in for a chance to win a copy of Sonic Mania. I'm going to be giving away 3 copies on the day of release. So on August 15th, I'm going to be giving out 3 copies. The link is right here, and I'll also put it in the description and in the show notes so that you guys can go ahead and enter if you want to. It's free, doesn't cost you a dime. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And so it's just a way for me to give back to our followers, and so I wanted to extend that to our podcast watchers as well. For those of you that are listening, the link is tinyurl.com/TrueSonic Mania. And I will put the link in the description as well so that you guys can check that out. But yeah, something that I'm doing over on my personal channel, and I just wanted to extend that over here. If you, I hope you don't mind that shameless plug I just did right there.
Not at all, man. Not at all. Cross promote.
Yeah, cross promotion. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next quick hit. What we got?
Need for Speed.
Oh wow!
Am I skipping ahead?
Nope, that's it.
Nope. All right, Need for Speed. So EA announced a new Need for Speed. It's called Need for Speed Payback. This is the first Need for Speed that they've launched that we've seen since 2015, and that was a Need for Speed reboot. It's being done. That one. It's being done by the same studio that's done the last 3 games. I think the studio is called Hyrule. No, what is the studio? Ghost Games. That's
Ghost Games. Okay.
Ghost Games. They did the last 2, and this is their 3rd in a row. The last Need for Speed is actually was going back to its roots. I know they had started moving Need for Speed away from the arcade racer more in the simulation. Mm-hmm. It looks like the last one went back more to the arcade style with some simulation. It's closer to so Need for Speed was going closer to Forza than it was going to Need for Speed. Now they're bringing it back, so it's closer to Forza Horizon and the original Need for Speed titles than it is going back to the simulations. Yeah. And there's a narrative in it. The game looks hella cool. I'll probably try it out because I do like Need for Speed games. I've historically played Need for Speed since the original OG PlayStation with the big black box.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I remember being really intimidated by the original Need for Speed series because, like, you know, the cops chasing you, all that. I'm like, I can't deal with this stress, man.
The stress. Yeah,
it's already stressful enough just racing. Now I got to worry about cops chasing me too.
Right, that was one of my favorites, the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. That was one of my favorite Need for Speed games back in the day.
I really got into Need for Speed during the Underground era. So the Need for Speed Underground era, where they went like pretty much full on arcade style,
right?
Like full drag racing and all that. It was around the time where the movies were out. The
Fast and the Furious.
The Fast and the Furious, like the first couple of Fast and Furious movies.
And this Need for Speed certainly looks more to the Fast and the Furious type game than anything else out there. So
if there's if there's any chance that it doesn't play exactly like a super sim, because I can't do like racing sims. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't tickle my fancy. I like really arcadey style racing games, kind of like Need for Speed or Blur or Split Second or something like that. Those are my jams. So I mean, I may want to hop back in and you know, I need a new racing game. So yeah, I might pick this one up. We might be racing online.
Nice.
Not on the Switch though.
Yeah, right. Is it coming out for the Switch?
I don't think so.
No, and they did give a release date, November 10th.
Oh, so. Birthday gift. I'm gonna let Nessa know right now.
There you go.
What's next?
Right. So moving on, Rhyme. I found this funny, amusing. I mean, the story amusing. So Rhyme, the Rhyme developers, Tequila Works, they released Rhyme. It's on PlayStation, Xbox, PC.
I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, I have too, actually. And what they did is they gave because people hate DRM. They put the Rulo DRM on the PC version, and people hate DRM. People complain that it slows down the game, it's archaic, blah blah blah. So what Tequila Works said, they said, hey, look, if you can hack the Nouveau DRM system, we would strip it out of Rhyme. Well, it took all of 5 days before a guy, he goes by the name of Bald Man. He's part of Skid Row Games Reloaded. There seemed to be like a hacker collective. It took him 5 days to break the DRM and post it online. And true to their word, just past Friday, they rolled out an update that removed the DRM.
Oh wow!
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, but that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. I mean, if anybody knows anything, you do not challenge the hacker community.
Nah, dude, don't. I wouldn't challenge the internet as a collective. Like any part, any faction of the internet, don't challenge them, man. You will lose.
You will lose, right?
You will lose.
The thing is, they'll get you by numbers. I mean, there's millions and millions, the millions, and
millions. No, I know where you're going with that.
But yeah, you can't mess with them. I found this amusing. I like that Tequila Games. They just like took it with a grain of salt and said, hey, look, you cracked it, we'll take it off.
Yeah,
and they did it. And I wonder what that means for the Nouveau DRM system, because Rhyme isn't the only game that's used it. I mean, there's a lot of games that have used it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So,
yeah, they may have opened up another can of worms with that.
Yep.
We'll see. Let's go on and move on to the next story. What we got?
And finally, the last story of the day, we got PlayStation 3 has finally been sunset. So Sony has still been producing PlayStation 3s in Japan, and after 11 years, 80 million consoles shipped, not sold, shipped. They are pulling the plug on PlayStation 3. Only 4 years after PlayStation 4 has been released? I think, has it been 4 years?
Something like that.
2014. Yeah, I think 4 years. 2013. Yeah, so after about 4 years after PlayStation 4 was released, 11 years after original PlayStation 3 announcement, they won't be producing any new PlayStation 3s.
Okay.
There's still some out. They're still out in the wild. I mean, you can go to Sony's website and get. There's a couple of bundles that's available. I think one of them is an Uncharted 3 bundle, and I forget what the other one is. But there's still brand new ones out there for you to get if you wanted a PlayStation 3. I guess there's no backwards compatibility, so if you want to play that God of War 3, you got to get a PlayStation 3.
Yeah, man. Damn. Do you remember the original PlayStation 3 and all of the features that it had?
Like the memory card slots,
the 6 USB ports or something like that. USB
ports that had the PS2 hardware that was a motion engine in it, and all that stuff. But it was also $600, and that was the problem.
Yeah, so I remember that.
I remember the announcement when they said $600, and PlayStation fans will want to pay this. PlayStation players were like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Yeah, but that was they actually did rebound from that disaster.
They did.
It took them a little while. I mean, and to be fair, I mean, they sold 80 million units. That's nothing they shipped 80 million. It's nothing to sneeze at, but it's a little bit over half of what the PlayStation 2 sold, which was like 155 million or something like that. So there's that, but I think their missteps is what gave Microsoft its end, because Microsoft was really an also ran until they had a $300 system going up against a $600 system, and the rest is history, right?
Right. Yeah. Another thing that may have propelled PlayStation 3 to make that comeback was the red rings, man. The red ring of death. That's
what got me.
That was detrimental to the Xbox right there. Cost them a hell of a lot of money too.
I don't know if I told you this story, but at one point I got a red ring and Microsoft wouldn't fix my Xbox. They said I tampered with it.
Yeah, and right.
My tampering was I had bought the wireless adapter, and it plugged in on top of they have that little.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you plug it. So apparently they said because my sticker has scratches, I had went inside my Xbox 360.
Yeah,
and,
right.
They said they wouldn't fix it for me, so I sold all my stuff and got a PlayStation 3. And like a couple of weeks later, one of the supervisors called me. It's like, yeah, we're going to fix it for you, and they gave me a couple of free games to boot.
Wow. Yeah. No, I don't play that, man. I've had God. All right. So here's the argument that I use, right? Like for a while, it seemed like every generation of console was just getting more and more like fragile and like delicate, and like you couldn't like move it or touch it, or you was gonna like destroy it or something like that. So I've actually had 2 Xboxes that red ringed. My first one, called them, they replaced it, everything was okay. The second time, because they didn't give me a refurbished system, they gave me my system back. The second time, they were like, yeah, no, it's out of warranty, we're not gonna do it. I was like, okay, well, this is a problem that I didn't cause. So like what, like I basically told her like I have been playing games probably longer than you've been alive. Okay? And I have a system under my like bed right now, like in storage, that's older than you, and it still works. So you're gonna tell me that after you guys fix my console and like 4 months later, now it's my problem? Like, no, you're gonna fix this console. And like you're gonna do right by me because I've given you guys a lot of money, and of course it got fixed. Like I don't know what their policy was, but I mean, besides that little like scuffle with customer service, I made it through the red rings of death. Right. I survived the red rings of death.
Right. I've had 3. The third one was the one that I wound up getting the PlayStation 3. I mean, I got the PlayStation 3. I bought a whole bunch of games. I bought the Uncharted. I bought like the Maddens. I bought a bunch of games because like I had so much Xbox stuff. I wound up with like almost $700 worth of store credit at GameStop. And so there was that. But PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 3 was awesome, man. It lived long. They said it was going to be a 10-year cycle. They said that. Right. Yep. And this is 11th year. Yeah. So R.I.P. PlayStation 3. You will be missed, but I mean, let's be honest. Most of your really awesome games are already on the PS4.
Yeah.
And so we'll be okay.
That's another thing. We'll have to talk about this. All of the remakes. When are we gonna get some new games?
This is true. Yeah, I need some new games. Yeah. Speaking of new games, we're going to go ahead and end this segment and move into the long form. But before we do that, I do want to give a super duper shout out to our homies over at the Street Fighter New Challenger Discord. So give me a second. I'm going to bring up the site here because last time I was all jacked up. But here we go. Okay, so you go to newchallenger.gg. You pick your game if you're playing Street Fighter or if you're playing Injustice. And with the release of Tekken 7, they will be supporting Tekken as well. They will. Those guys are motivated, man. Okay, so right here you can join the Discord, which is filled to the brim with active players, active coaches, and people that just want to play the game and grow and get good together. So that's really cool. But you can also click on a character. So let's say you want to learn Ken, right? You want to learn Ken. First thing that they give you is a overview of like all of the tech that is known. Get some basic tutorials. All of this is available to you guys for free. And when you join the Discord, you also get the ability to be coached by a few of the coaches. So we're going to click on the Ken coach, and he also mains Guile. So if you're a Guile player, you can get coached by him. You can see his coaching style. He prefers one-on-one sessions and replay analysis. And then you can see his availability, and it has his information and where you can reach him. So it's a lot of information, a lot of resources for new players. So if you're new to Street Fighter 5, you're new to Injustice, you're new to Tekken 7, the New Challenger Discord is where you want to be. I have to give a big shout out to our homie Mr. Vinegar, who is the founder of the Discord, and also give a big shout out to Mount Lover, who is our friend to the podcast. He's a coach on Street Fighter 5, and he's a commentator for both Street Fighter 5 and Injustice 2. So go ahead, join the Discord, and become a part of the community. These guys are really cool. They're very active, and they just wrapped up a tournament for Street Fighter 5 before we went live. So big shouts out to those guys, and let them know that TrueSonic sent you when you go visit. Those guys are awesome, and I want to thank them for sponsoring the podcast. But with that said, we can go ahead and move on to the next segment, which is our long form, and we are continuing with the our E3 2017 discussion with Microsoft. So this is the part where we make our predictions. What is Microsoft gonna bring to the table? Of course, we already know that the Xbox One Elite is gonna be in the forefront. Like they're going to be talking about that system a lot.
I can imagine. I mean, that's going to be definitely, and they're going on Sunday night, right? Don't they have something Sunday night? I'm pretty sure they have something. Let me go look.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty certain they have something Sunday night, the day before, and I think it's all around the Xbox One Elite.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. But okay, so as far as predictions go, we know they're going to be talking about the Xbox One.
Yeah, Sunday, June 11th at 2.
Okay.
They is their I guess that's just their main show, their main presser.
Okay.
But yeah, so they're definitely going to be talking about that. I'm sure of it. And just like we started off the show with our icebreaker. What we want to see. I want to see games, right?
Right.
And last year Microsoft had, they had some decent games. They didn't have a lot of them.
Yeah, they decent games. A handful that got canceled since then.
That's exactly where I was going with. I mean, the biggest game from E3 that most of the people were excited about, Scalebound, is gone. I mean, that's no more.
Yeah, we mentioned in a previous episode that they did re-up on the license for it, so that could mean something, but it also could just mean they don't want nobody else to have it.
Right. So that can be. We don't know what that means. I mean, Platinum Games has already announced that they're working on a game for the Switch now, a new IP for the Switch. So apparently, they're not working on Scalebound anymore.
No, not at all.
But I mean, they did what last year? Gears of War 4, which has come out. Forza Horizon 3, which has come out. Recore, which has come out.
They canceled that Fable game.
Yeah, they canceled the Fable game. They did Dead Rising 4, which has come out. Scalebound, which was canceled. So the only things that Halo Wars 2 came out. The only thing that's left is what? Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3.
Crackdown, yep. Cuphead.
Cuphead, yeah. And you was about to say State of something?
State of Decay. State of Decay 2.
Oh yeah, yeah. I played that game. That game's fun.
Yep. Other than that, I mean, there's nothing.
I mean, there's been some hints that 434 Industries has something in the works that's not a Halo 6. So I don't know. Maybe we could get one of those spin-off Halo titles, kind of like the ODST or something like that, or right. Halo Recon or some shit like that.
See, this is the problem I have with Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Halo's not been Halo since Bungie left, to be quite honest.
I'll agree with you on that. I mean, it's still fun. Yeah. But I agree that it hasn't been the same. They definitely lost a huge amount of the core following when it was announced that Bungie wasn't going to be developing it anymore.
Right. So, and I mean, how much Halo? It's already at the 5. I mean, I think Halo is tired. Gears, as much as I loved Gears, the campaign, and I've said this many a time, I loved the Gears campaign, the Gears 4 campaign. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Some of the new levels they put in, some of the new I can't think of it.
What's that?
I can't think of it because my head is, I don't know. It's just right on the tip of my tongue. I just can't spit it out. But mechanics, some of the new game mechanics they implemented, I enjoyed what they did with Gears of War 4. But
okay,
I quite honestly, I don't care for Gears of War 5. Other than, you know what, to continue the story, it would be nice, but that wouldn't get me excited. Gears of War 5 wouldn't get me excited. Halo 6 wouldn't get me excited. The new Forza, because there's a new Forza coming out. That's definitely going to be at E3 without question. Forza 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be at E3. So I mean, that's probably going to be definitely a showcase game on the One Elite, because Forza always, regardless of what it's been on, has always been one of the most beautiful games available on Xbox.
Breathtakingly beautiful.
Right.
And it's crazy that Forza Motorsports has become like one of the premier titles on the platform lately.
Right. And it's got an esports. I mean,
Yeah.
they have a Forza League. I caught myself watching it this past week, and it was really interesting. They had the one guy, I don't remember the names. The one guy, the first place guy, he was gone. He was like 10 seconds ahead of everybody else. But from 2 to 6, it was really some interesting racing. I was surprised. I was like, wait, wow, why am I watching this? And I couldn't stop.
But besides what we know that they should talk about, because these games haven't released, I need something new, man, and I want to hope that they have something under the sleeves, but nothing is really making me believe that they truly have something that's gonna just like blow my mind away.
So this is my hope. So Microsoft has been keeping everybody preoccupied with Project Scorpio, as we like to call it, the Xbox One Elite.
Yes.
So everybody's been trying to dig and find and figure out everything that's going on with that, and nobody has gone back to try to figure out what they're doing with the games. Mm-hmm. So it could be possible they have a lot of big surprises, and because they have the new system that's going to be released this year, that everybody's been trying to get their hands on and figure out as much as possible, that they may have some surprises out there. They may have a new IP or a couple of new IPs, or maybe they stole a exclusive third-party IP to be on the Xbox. So that I'm holding my hope out for that. But I mean, Microsoft, to be quite honest, Xbox One, you say you're Xbox. I'm an Xbox. I call myself a lemon. I used to be on the GameSpot forums.
Yeah.
And Microsoft, Xbox are lemons, real lemons. PlayStation are cows, and Nintendo sheep. Nintendo is sheep.
Sheeple.
So yeah. So I would say I'm a lemon. I've always been I've been a big Xbox fan since the original Xbox and Halo. I mean. But they just need to come out with games.
Yeah, they need to establish some new franchises.
Because I think, and again, this is just my opinion. A million of you will call me wrong. Xbox Live is a better online service.
I agree with that.
I think the Xbox One is a better overall, especially the Xbox One S is a better overall system and my personal needs. Like as the box for my entertainment room, it is the best system where I got 4K movies, I got streaming services, I got good games, I can stream directly from it. Voice chat, the chat is easy and available, is pretty intuitive.
4K movies.
Yeah, I mean, it has everything that I want in the system. I mean, even to the point where during football season, I pay for what's it called, NFL Sunday Ticket, because I can get it right on my Xbox.
Right.
And I'm a Giants fan. I live in DC, so that's the only way I'm watching the Giants is with Sunday Ticket, and it worked really well. And so those things of being available on the Xbox for me is, I'm happy with it, but the games I'm not happy with.
Right. And that's where I kind of said I don't really use the Xbox One as a multimedia device. I don't subscribe to any Sunday tickets or anything. I'm not really big into 4K. I'm not even really big into watching movies at home that I already saw in the theater. Like I'm good. Like I don't really watch a whole lot of movies. So with me, there being no exclusive titles to play on the Xbox One, it's super depressing. I mean, yeah, they have the third parties, and if it's a third party game, especially if it's multiplayer, I'm gonna have it on the Xbox because that's where the majority of my friends are that play online games. But then you get in that situation with Destiny coming out. One of my friends is gonna get it on PlayStation. So I'm like, damn, I would like to play with you, but I'm thinking about getting it in here. So I don't know.
It's that thing, that catch-22. But I blame, for something like that, I blame the developer, because you should easily allow me to buy because I believe you will sell more copies if you say, hey, you can have an account and play it anywhere. So if you have Destiny for PlayStation, or you have Destiny for Xbox, or you have it for PC, your information will move with you. right? All your gear, your stats and stuff will move with you.
Well, okay. So you would probably So I agree with that in somewhat. So like I can see like okay, let's say I had 2 copies of the game, I could transfer my content. That would be dope.
Just your save game, your character in your gear.
Yeah, though that would definitely be dope. But there's never going to come a time. I don't see it happen in this console generation where you can cross-play with Xbox and PlayStation. I don't think it's going to happen.
It's not cross-play.
I'm saying like I don't think cross-play is going to happen. So the ability to move your save data, your character, like on a Bungie
server,
.net account, like if you can move, if you can have your character move in between platforms, that would be dope.
Right, that would be, but like you said, it won't come because one, the console makers, one or both of them are adverse to that. They don't want that. They want to lock you into their ecosystem, right? Yeah. They want you to either play on Xbox or either play on PlayStation.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I digress. It's just, I mean, there's nothing more to say. Xbox has to bring the games.
They have to bring the games.
They have to bring the games. I mean, you got this beautiful Microsoft Elite controller. It's so great, but I can't play Street Fighter with it.
Nope.
Right? Because I guess I could if I wanted to play on my PC. It does work on the PC, but I think I'll lose some of my configuration abilities, the ability to configure my paddles. But
I'm not sure.
But, I mean, my point is Street Fighter 5 is not available on Xbox. Horizon Zero Dawn. Nier, Neo. I mean, Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can just keep going down the list. And these games I'm mentioning, they're not first-party developed games by Sony. These are games that are third-party games they're
just exclusive.
Yes,
I think Guerrilla Games, the guys behind Horizon, I think
that might be a first-party. Yeah.
I don't think it's first party, but it's like the Guerrilla Games. They're like a subsidiary or something. Like they have only made games for PlayStation. Yeah. Those are the guys behind the that first person shooter, Killzone.
Yeah, that horrible mess.
Yeah, that's horrible mess. But they made Horizon, so I like them.
Yep. They did a solid, right?
Yeah, they did a solid, but yeah. Right. So let's move on. So we know that they need to bring the games. What else are they going to be talking about? I mean, they just launched the Mixer broadcasting software, which we're streaming on right now.
Yeah, that's going to be a big push because they announced Mixer Mixer Channel 1, where they have original content and shows and stuff. So they'll probably get a big push on that. Another thing they'll probably talk about is the fall update because every year they do a fall dashboard update.
Right.
So I'm expecting to see what they have for that. A lot of people like this dashboard. I miss my single press to the home. I mean,
I do as well.
Yeah, so I want to see what they do. I'm not going to say the dashboard because I like the dashboard. It's fast, it's zippy, it's great, it's organized well. I like the side pop out, but I just miss my single press to home.
Right. If I could have a single press to go home and then double press for the side pop out, that would be like 10 times better for me.
Right.
Because sometimes like I'll hit it once. And I'm waiting to go home, and I'm like, "Why isn't it?" Oh yeah, I forgot.
Right. You got to do 2 more button presses.
2 more button presses, yeah.
Right. So I missed that. So I want to see what they're going to do with that.
VR.
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting. I'm expecting to see VR. I think one of their big announcements, and this was my prediction at the early, my 2017 prediction, right? Mm-hmm. VR is coming to Xbox. I think it's coming. They partner with some. I think HP. Acer. That's right.
Yeah.
Acer has the $299 VR headset that's going to be released, or they call it a mixed reality one. So it's augmented and VR. That's coming out. But I think just looking at the specs of the One Elite, it's powerful enough to run a VR headset, and I think it will. I think they're going to come out and say, "Hey, guess what? You will be able to plug in these VR headsets to your Xbox One and be able to play these games." I think that's going to be a big hit.
If the Xbox One Elite can be like a central hub for freaking like different like VR consoles, that would be dope. Because like we talked about, like one of the things with VR is that there are exclusive titles to each actual piece of hardware. If you can kind of like centralize that on the Xbox,
right,
that's dope.
Another thing I'm expecting to see out of E3 is another big push on the Universal Windows platform, where apps written on Windows 10 or work on across all your Windows devices, be it your PC, your two people that still have Windows
phones.
Yeah. And the Xbox One, because Xbox One is running a custom Windows 10 kernel.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting to see a lot of Universal Windows platform apps show up, apps and even games.
Play Anywhere. I was just about to bring that up.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see more Play Anywhere titles. Because right now we have Recore, right? That's Recore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Recore, Forza Horizon, Gears, Resident Evil 7. Was also a Play Anywhere title, but it's not been much other than that. Those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head.
Like right off the break, they announced that the new Shadow of Mordor. Shadow of War. That's going to be Play Anywhere.
Yep, and that's actually been delayed a couple of weeks. I think delayed 5 weeks.
I'm okay with that. That game's going to be dope. I love the first one.
The first one, I got about a third. I got a third of the way in the first one.
You need to go ahead and beat that. It's not super long. Go ahead and beat that one.
I got a list.
Okay. I'm sorry. I need to stop talking. I don't know when the last time I beat a game. Oh, it was Niho. But then I downloaded the DLC, so now I have more.
Right. But yeah, I'm definitely expecting that. Other than that, I don't know what else to expect. Maybe some more hardware accessories, maybe some headsets. Their controllers seem to be doing well. People love the custom controllers.
Yeah, I see them all over the place. If I didn't already have 4, I would go to the game lab or whatever the hell they call it, and I would just make one. I was actually like in the lab, like messing with the colors, and then I realized, I already have 4. Like I don't need it.
I'm thinking of going ahead and jumping and getting one myself.
They look cool, man.
I would like, what my dream would be, they open that up for an Elite controller. I would like a customized Elite controller. Ooh. That would be beast.
How much would that shit cost, dog? This would be like a $200 controller right there.
It'd be it seems like it's a $20 premium, right?
Okay.
So it's $20 for. So normally a normal Xbox One controller is $60, and the custom ones are $80.
Okay.
So I'm assuming a $20 premium. So instead of $150, it'd be $170.
That's steep. That's steep, man.
I got some stuff I can sell.
Going on over to the Pawn Stars dudes, man. Hey, what can I get for this shit?
Yeah, but I would like to see that, definitely. But other than that, I just want to see games. I want to see games that I'm going to be excited about. I don't want to see, and please, don't go to Sony route. I don't want to see, get the DLC $30 30 days before, or get an exclusive skins or exclusive weapon. Man, screw that.
Yeah, I think we're past the like console like exclusive. Like I think one of the worst things to come out of like console exclusivity was that whole like pre-order madness. Like, if you pre-order at GameStop, you get this. You pre-order at Best Buy, you get this. And I'm just like, man, fuck that, man. I don't want that. I want all the stuff.
I didn't care about. I don't care about, because most times that comes out as DLC later on, and you can get it anyway. What I hate, and this is that game near and dear to my heart, Destiny. I hate. And this, you know what? I'm not. Get into Destiny 2 for PlayStation 4. Fuck you, PlayStation 4. Because I hate the fact that they release exclusive weapons, exclusive strikes, and exclusive PvP maps that they said they're exclusive for a year. You get them eventually, and then eventually, all of a sudden, they say, Xbox, you're probably never going to get them. Or if you get them, it's going to be after Destiny 2 is released. I hate that so much, that you're walling off content from a whole group of your players, your paying customers. Right. I hate that. And to add to that, those exclusive strikes that were on PlayStation, they can never be in the in-game content, like the Nightfall. Like there's a Nightfall, which is the super hard version of the strike that gets you high end content. Okay. Those wouldn't be on they couldn't be in the Nightfall playlist because they were exclusive to PlayStation, and the playlist was synced. So even though Sony had the Sony players had these exclusive strikes, they never could play them on a Nightfall because they weren't available on Xbox. I mean, that's double whammy because now Sony players like, oh, I got this great strike. I love this strike, but I'm never going to get to play it with all of the modifications you get on a Nightfall because it's not available on Xbox. And the Xbox players are like, I'm never going to get to play it, period. It's just the dumbest thing.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very smart at all.
It annoys me to the point where I purposely would not buy a game for your system when you pay money to block people from getting your content. So guess what? Oh, and Trenell, I'm sorry. I know you guys get on PlayStation 4, but
hey, I haven't committed to any
I'm
console.
not getting Destiny 2 on PlayStation because Sony is a bunch of fat bastards.
No, I haven't committed yet. I know O's gonna get it on PlayStation, but I don't know. I'm still up in the air.
If you're listening, get it for PC. I'll get it for PC and Xbox, but I will not get it for PlayStation. I refuse. I absolutely.
I think by the time, well, when is Destiny 2 coming out?
September 10th or something like that.
Oh shit, that's pretty close. No, because I think if maybe if I get a Scorpio, I may sell him this one. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, but definitely not. I just definitely not getting it for PlayStation because I hate the fact that they did that.
Yeah, no, that's terrible.
Screw your levels, Bungie. Screw your levels, PlayStation. Screw your guns. Don't need them.
Yeah. But games. I think we could just everything that we're talking about when it comes to predictions or with a wish list for Microsoft, it all comes back to the games. So they're gonna have to bring it with the games, and not just games that we haven't seen in a little while. You know, they're gonna have to come out with something new. And I think that's a fair place to end the long form.
Yeah, we'll end it there. Yeah.
Okay. So if you would like to submit a long form discussion topic for us, visit us on our social media. We're on Twitter and on Facebook. You can also leave comments down in the comment section on YouTube or wherever you are consuming this media. Let us know what you think. Give us your opinions. Do you agree with us on the top 5 stories or on the quick hits? If you don't, let us know. Let's go ahead and get the discussion going. We would love to hear what you guys have to say. So now let's go ahead and move into our final segment. And this is our final thoughts. And this is kind of where we just go back and revisit the stories that we talked about today and give our final 2 cents on each of them. So I'll go ahead and go first. The games, the free games for PlayStation Plus, the ones on the PS4, not bad at all. The only thing is I own one of them currently. So I've played it before, and the other one I've seen all the way to completion. So unless you or O were going to pick it up and play, I wouldn't necessarily waste a hard drive space. But I will say that those two are some very, very top tier games.
Yeah, I'm interested, so I'll definitely be playing them for sure.
As far as the Marvel leak, it's most likely true, and if so, I'm a little disappointed in the final roster. It looks like a Marvel 3 minus X-Men, if you ask me.
Marvel 3 minus X-Men.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, man. It's Marvel 3 minus X-Men. Nintendo. I feel like we talked a lot about Nintendo. I'm not satisfied with the model that they're going with right now. And their freaking solution for talking to friends while playing that game is straight bullshit. That is some bullshit. And I am not with it. Link to my Discord will be in the description if you want to talk to me and play Nintendo games. I'm all for the Steam Direct charging $100. I mean, I really thought that it was kind of crazy that they was like, it's gonna be anywhere between $100 and $5,000. It's like, really, dude, who's gonna pay $5,000 to try to? I mean, these guys are starving as it is. You know, $100 will definitely cut out a lot, if not most, of the riffraff. So I'm okay with that. These dudes in the league community got way too much money. $10 million for a franchise is outrageous. But I do like that the players are going to get somewhat of a union going, so that it lowers the incentive for people to go elsewhere for funds. You know, people aren't cheating and calling matches or anything like that. So that's a good thing. And as far as the quick hits, psyched for Sonic Mania, of course. Psyched for Need for Speed. Don't challenge the internet. You're going to lose. And rest in peace to the PlayStation 3. And those are my final thoughts. What you got, Boogie?
The PlayStation Plus games, the 2 games, they look solid. And to be quite honest, I think there's a better lineup than what Microsoft is offering this week. This month, mainly because most of the Microsoft stuff is old.
Yeah.
It's really old. So I'm interested in it. I like the Telltale series games. So the Life is Strange game, I'm really interested in that. The Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite roster leak, like you said, is pretty underwhelming, and is definitely along the lines of Marvel's attempt to downplay or to minimize X-Men and that properties, those properties. Nintendo, you can just go to hell. Steam Direct, I think is great. I like you said, $100 is not backbreaking, and I think it's enough of a barrier to keep a lot of the people that would just dump nonsense into the store away. League of Legends, $10 million for a franchise. To be quite honest, I don't think that's overreaching, because League of Legends is huge in esports and has been huge in esports for years now.
True.
So $10 million for a franchise is not overreaching, not nearly what Overwatch is asking for, which I feel is overreaching, because Overwatch doesn't have the cachet. They have the cachet, I should say, but they don't have the experience. They don't have the legs. I like that they're going to be paying their players a salary, a set salary. I like that it's quasi-unionized. They're saying it's not a union, but it's close enough to a union to where the players, these professional players, will have a voice. They won't be getting cheated. I like that. Sonic Mania, I mean, is Sonic. I'm interested. I'll probably wind up getting it. Need for Speed, I'm kind of interested. I'm interested in that. Even though I have Horizon 3 and I barely play it, I still like card games, especially pretty card games. And this one is a pretty looking card game.
It looks pretty.
Right, and just like you said, don't challenge the internet, especially not the hackers, because they will ruin your life.
Yeah, I'm glad that this was kind of like on like a more like friendly tip. Like if they would have challenged them on something a little bit more nefarious, it could have ended very badly.
Very badly, definitely. And then the final production of the PlayStation 3 after 11 years, 80 million units shipped. It's been a good run. Yep. And good for them. Sony PlayStation 3 brought it tripped out of the gate, found its footing, and it brought us a lot of great IPs out there. I mean, you got the Uncharted series that came out, you got Last of Us, and it did a lot of good games come out that were memorable.
Yeah, I agree with that. So let us know what your guys' final thoughts were down in the comments section or on our social media. Let us know what you think of the show. Before we bounce out of here, there's 2 things that I want to address. The first being our sponsor, the homeboys over at newchallenger.gg. Head over to the website for more information. But if you want to get good at Street Fighter, you want to get good at Injustice 2, that is the place for you to go. Shouts out to Mr. Vinegar, and also shouts out to Mount Lover, because that is our homeboy, and he's a coach and a commentator on the channel. The second thing that I want to address is my currently running contest for anybody that is a follower on either Twitter, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, or YouTube. If you're following me on those 3 mediums, you have a chance to win a copy of Sonic Mania. I'm giving away 3 copies on August 15th when the game releases. Let me go ahead and bring up the picture here. So yeah, go to tinyurl.com/TrueSonic Mania for more information and details on how to enter for a chance to win. It doesn't cost you a thing, but yeah, just want to give back, and I'm extending that to our podcast family as well. So go ahead and check it out, and good luck to you. But I think that is gonna do it for today. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about, Boogie?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, so for those that are listening to us on your favorite podcasting app, we definitely appreciate you. Boogie, why don't you give them a little bit more details on where they can listen to us?
You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, or your favorite podcatcher. We are in the general podcasting directory. So if you're using a podcasting app on your Android phone or your iOS device, or even on your Xbox, you can catch us there. A weekly gaming news show, or use our call letters AWGNS.
That is correct. And we are on Twitter at AWGamingNS. We are on YouTube at tinyurl.com/AWGamingNS. We do not have a custom link yet. That's why we're using the Tiny URL. And we are also on Facebook. Yes, Facebook, a weekly gaming news show, or use the call letters AWGNS. Come by, converse with us. We would like to, engage in conversations with you guys. We post there regularly on the Facebook page. So come by, let us know what you think. Rate us on, the podcasting apps if you're listening there. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. And if you're watching this live, go ahead and hit us with that follow, because we do this every week. Our schedule is on Sundays, Eastern Standard Time. We go live at 7. And the production, or the re-showing, goes up the very next day at noon, Eastern Standard Time. So live Sunday at 7 and 7 p.m. And then
archives.
The archive goes up Mondays at noon. So you can catch us anytime. We really do appreciate you. But we're going to go ahead and bounce up out of here. We are your hosts. My name is Trenell.
I'm Todd.
And we will catch you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace out.